All right, we are live now. Good morning, good evening. It's our regular Saturday webinar. Welcome, everybody. You can unmute yourself and say hi. Hey, Young. Hey, Gabriel. Hey, Mary. Hey,
hello.
Hey, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, and we have guests here. Diana is sitting over on the chair. Come over and say hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, this is Diana.
Diana.
Hi.
And this is Barbara, who is sitting beside me. And,
Hi there.
and
Hello.
Hi, Barbara.
Barbara is part of my Reiki Share group as well. And Diana, I met through Barbara. They're related. And I've done sessions with both of them, and it was really interesting stuff. So cool.
All right. So today we invite. There will be meditation before that, but first we'll say who we invite, and then I will do the meditation.
Okay.
And then right away you can start.
Right
during
away.
the meditation, whoever wants to come through, I will let them speak right after. There will be no interruption. From announcements, we have elections going. Go to the website. That is right in front of you. Elections. Thank you for those who have voted. For those who haven't voted, you have to be a member and you can vote for people. Please do that. This would be our organizing committee and galactic ambassadors. They will be authorized by the community of Lightworkers, our community, to represent the Earth up there. So this has very profound meaning. We authorize and endorse them to represent us. Because it is a responsible action, make sure those who you don't know, please research their applications. And these applications are wonderful, and thank you for those who have applied. We will pick out, there is 16 people, 16 candidates, out of which top 12 will be the committee, and bottom 4, we are sorry that we put you through that, but please be welcome to participate in all other works. You wouldn't be formally elected, but next time, and also you can be elected in specific working teams.
But if we need someone to fill in somewhere, we may contact you.
Yes, yes.
So you will not be totally out of the picture. Yes. We value your gifts and commitment. So if some people are missing or something, we may call upon you to help us out if that's okay. So.
Yes. And Jim is offering his private sessions as usual. He is available now most of the time, so you know how to find him.
Yes. Okay.
You can pronounce your numbers.
My numbers?
Whatever. Email.
No, I get too many phone calls, so I think that we'll leave that one out.
Yes.
But my Skype address is james.charles211, and it's all lowercase. And I got a lot of new Skype friends, and that is the best way to contact me, really. And my email, of course, is jimreiki@gmail.com. That's jimreiki@gmail.com. And that's also a great way to get a hold of me. But a lot of times I'm getting phone calls from all over the world, and I can't get to them all.
Yeah, Jim, most of his free time, he just checks messages and answers the call. I mean, that's,
so,
he needs a secretary.
And sometimes those calls can be as long as an hour and a half long if the need is strong. So that really throws the phone bill into orbit. So let's do it a different way.
Oh, you need unlimited.
Yeah, well, I got it now, but
okay.
I didn't have it before I started that. When I gave my phone number the first time, it was like I had $500 worth of bills.
Basically, Jim is blocked. I mean, when he's overwhelmed, he can function. I mean,
yes.
So no phone calls. Text messages are fine. Maybe.
Yes, I can get back to you in a reasonable amount of time, and I don't feel overwhelmed, but when I look at the bills and I go, oops.
That's all
Yeah, well, actually, I just said, Lord, these people needed help, so send the money so that I can pay it. So.
And Nick seems to be back, so he certainly needs your support. So you might donate, or you might order private sessions with him. To contact him, you can, best way is Skype. And if you are not in contact with him in Skype, just get in contact with our welcome team. They are all connected to other people, so they will introduce you.
Very good.
Now,
someone else just showed up. Too.
Yes. Now,
hello.
I just forgot to mention.
Hello.
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 Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I will mute you now. We haven't done. Mute yourself when you want to speak. Well, do you want to say something? All right. Thank you. So, who we invite? People from the colony, humans, other extraterrestrials who are knowledgeable about the colonies, other humans from other places. We didn't speak to Pleiadians on air. I think it's their policy. They don't show themselves. They don't speak on air. But if, except Kenjin, a king of air, and his representative there,
yes,
the leader of the Aeron colonies, he spoke to us. But we invite Pleiadians to speak more.
Yes, Pleiadians are very. Some of them have adopted the policy not to speak on air when you're doing video, but they will speak when there's no video for some reason. I'm not sure what the difference is because you can't really see them, but there is some difference for them somehow. So
Pleiadians, if you want to come on audio only, we can easily turn off our video. Just tell us and we'll turn off the video.
But Kenjin doesn't matter. He's the king, so he can do what he wants. It's good to be king.
Yes.
So.
Arcturians are also welcome. The list is long who we want to see, but the humans are most interested at the moment because that's our human colony community. How they came together was because we volunteered to go there, and the more we learn about the colonies and interactions, the stronger is our spirit, I guess, our energies. Now, one more announcement is that there are events, hangouts, which are not announced, unannounced hangouts. You have to be part of the crowd to be invited. Get in touch with our welcome party committee, welcome team, and they will set you up to be part of the unannounced hangouts. It's like unannounced parties. If you're part of the crowd, then you're invited. If you just look at the site, you won't even notice. So get in touch with others. And
we basically have a hangout every day that are not announced.
Oh, and they are extraordinary. Amazing things happen there.
Amazing things happen, and we don't know. It's not recorded. So if you feel led to broadcast it, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Because there's some really wonderful information, like the hangouts that I have been in have not been broadcasted, and there was really good information there that should have gone out to the world, and it didn't. So, but perhaps it'll come again.
When it is appropriate, hit this broadcast button, and for members, watch right now on the top right corner. It is live. So, if someone is channeling something important, and if everybody is in the hangout agrees, press the start broadcast and broadcast it. And then that is a great way of sharing. Important things need to be delivered to the humanity. Whatever we create, that heritage, that breadth of knowledge, it's our YouTube legacy. What is on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, and now we start. Our meditation and Jim is invited. Let me think. So.
I'm already here.
We'll do a brief meditation. We'll start with breath. I mean, that's the easiest way to meditate. Follow your breath. Breathe in deeper than usual and slowly, and breathe out deeper than usual and slowly, and listen to your breath. when you are shifting to the fourth dimension, when you are shifting away from this reality, the breath is the last thing which you lose control of. You might be all paralyzed and welcome this paralysis. It is shifting out of this reality, but the breath is the thing which you can control even during the meditation. So breath is a rhythm. Breath is a periodic vibration, an oscillation. Breath is a symbol of a vortex. Breath is a resonance. And you can hear the heart, most of you, right now, but I will teach you a bit how to listen to your heart beat. The easiest thing is just to start the beat in your mind. Ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum. And you just start it in your mind. Try to listen, to synchronize your mind beat, which you create with your heartbeat, and then you can hear it. While I'm speaking, it's hard to hear, but I will give you a second. Maybe you can hear your heart. Ta-dum, ta-dum. And then when you heal others, put your hand on the back, put your hand on the chest or on an arm, and try to feel their pulse or on the neck. And as you feel their pulse, synchronize your pulse, ta-dum, ta-dum, and their pulse. And then you become one and you can heal much more efficiently. You are a vortex. You are a series of vortices. A hurricane, a whirl, a spinning wheel. You are a vibration. Your duty is to keep it strong. You are a vortex. Feel that vortex. Your chakras are vortices. Feel your chakras. How them spin. Every joint of yours has a vortex. A chakra connects you to your spirit. Your duty is to make your spinning strong. It's what you are. There is a lot of chatter around. Make your vibration pure. Purify your vortex. Breathe deeply. Feel your primal vibration. Feel your heart. Find yourself within yourself. Children are everything. When you heal someone, see a child in them. When you heal yourself, see a child within yourself. To find yourself, look at your inner child. That's your primary vibration. Your child, your playfulness, your creativity, you are a child. Everything else is given to you, but the child within you is you. And the child is creative, and it is a creator. You are a creator. The child within you is creative. It is God within you. Find a child which is God within you. I welcome God within you. Namaste.
My name is Miracle of Birth, Arc of the Sky, Center of the Pupil. I am Arcturian.
Hello. Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome.
I speak your language now. I hear you speaking, many of you, the language of several parts of Arcturia.
Can you explain a little bit about the different... You seems to be able to speak many different kind of Arcturians. Is there many ways?
Is it intentional? Yes. To be able to speak to those clearly from different parts of our worlds. Yes. And that is why there are different dialects of it. Just like there are different dialects of those things on your planet. If you just go south many hundred miles, there is a similar word passages with different colloquial sounds. Do you understand?
Yes.
It's so beautiful language you have.
Yes. And this is the same on our planet because certain events in history affect how things are spoken. Ways of speeches. If someone of great knowledge or great power speaks with a certain different flair, the people usually pick it up and bring it along in their culture to commemorate that individual or style. This has happened on your planet in many, many places. The beginnings are obscure, but yet they are distinct.
Can you tell me about the history of your race? A little bit of introduction.
A history of our planet. Well, our race. I should not call it one planet. We are many places. But a history of us goes so far back. We are much more evolved than anyone in the Girk Fitneer Alliance. We have fifth-dimensional aspects which none other has.
Mm-hmm.
History would go back millions of years to get to this point. However, we do not have a record going that far back because some of it has been lost. However, one day I will tell you that story. My time is limited, so I will not go into that if that is okay with you.
I just wondered, possibly you teach children some very simplistic two-line story about your history. Can you give us that version? Something just to hold on to, something tangible.
But there are so many different aspects. One sentence may confuse them.
Right.
But let me say this. We were once almost amphibious. And that changed with different things from our system, solar system, as you might call it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we took on more humanoid activities.
Mm-hmm.
But the interesting thing about that change was the reinforcement of grounding. That might not seem obvious at the beginning, but when you are amphibious, that means water and land. We were tending to be less grounded in the water.
Uh-huh.
And seeing a different kind of life on land, and finding that the things of both were necessary. But when moving to land, we built in the water.
Yes.
Will this be enough for them to understand?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. I'm asking questions which I think are important for everybody. Basically, the very basic questions, the introduction to Arcturians. We never had a chance to ask those. And one of the questions I always ask, is how are your families designed when you were physical, or are you physical yet? Do you have a family structure?
We do have a family structure.
So you hug your children?
They stay with us, connected to us for the first week after birth. They never leave the body. They are born, and then they are attached continually for 1 week.
Yes.
On your time.
I understand. Our children are attached to the mother maybe for the next few minutes until the umbilical cord is cut.
This is, in our opinion, a mistake. The umbilical cord should remain attached for a period of time. As the child gets used to the environment, then slowly the umbilical cord will be taken away. Not necessarily cut, but used a chemical that actually dissolves it slowly.
Interesting, thank you. I know dogs also cut it. It's kind of in their instincts to just chew it off.
The thing is about this is intent.
Yes.
As you know, we are very intent-oriented.
Yes.
And so our intent is for a mild inclusion into the world about, instead of a sudden, startling event. Does this make sense to you?
It is very startling. The child starts to breathe right away.
Yes, and with our culture as well, they will slowly start breathing due to the movement of our hands on their body. There does have to be stimulation for the embryonic fluids to be released from the child.
Yes. Yes.
Now, in some cases, with multiple births, they too remain with the mother for that period of time. It can be different for each child. I used a week as an example.
Yes.
But as the child begins to awake and understand what is to be breath and life and suckle,
yes,
then they may move off the body on their own.
So your mammals also?
Amphibious has mammal-like qualities, and in time evolved many more.
Can you describe your appearance?
I would prefer not to. Because it is not important yet. When it becomes important to see us, then it will be important to describe ourselves intricately. But at this time, you do not see us, and so that time would be wasteful.
Some of us might have met Arcturians in the colonies?
Yes, there are 3 Arcturians giving language and telepathy lessons.
Would it be appropriate to hug an Arcturian?
With permission, it is not a protocol that is often perceived.
If we hug an Arcturian, would it be dangerous for any of our species, yours or ours? The chemical contact, would it be appropriate?
Danger is not a part of what we would give. We can control what elements are given during contact.
Is your place of life open to visitation by humans or other species?
Not at this time. But some have come from invitations of an unusual source. There's someone out there has...
Yes, of course, everybody. Please, go ahead. I have many more questions, but I started the standard one. Unmute yourself when you speak.
It's very interesting that I started speaking Arcturian.
Yes, your dimensional thought pattern has some Arcturian within it. This is why you have a hard time communicating with those of Earth.
Yes, and what I understand is that I'm on the colony learning from Arcturians right now.
Yes. You will discover that if you think about your existence, intent is obviously a very important thing for you. You might have driven it to your subconscious, but your intent is always the first thing that comes to your actions.
And with the language, do you speak telepathic with each other and the language vocally, or?
There are times when spoken is appropriate.
I heard you singing, and the singing had emotions of compassion. Is it a typical emotion for Arcturians?
Singing is emotion, yes. It takes emotion to another level and applies it in ways that are synchronous to the body.
So compassion is one of your typical emotions?
Yes, it can and is always intended.
What emotions make you proud?
Pride?
Yes.
There are no emotions that would cause us to be in pride, but more in total... What is the word?
Peace?
Connection.
Ah.
Our intent many times with our song is to connect to a part of that who we are singing to or with, so that they may understand what we intend to say to them in emotion.
Your God, have Jesus played a role in your ascension as for other species?
No.
What gods do we have in similar?
In the early periods, we both worshipped the sun god, but we realized, as you did as well, that it was part of physical reality.
Uh-huh.
We now know there are beings within most suns
Uh-huh.
that live as helium beings,
Uh-huh.
but not as helium beings because it is being changed constantly.
Have your people been ever gods for the Earth people? Have you come as gods? Have you been perceived as gods?
We have been perceived as gods, but we never wanted that.
In which culture was it?
I would not say at this time.
Oh, thank you.
But, yes, we put things... There was a certain thing that we would put on the human being so that they could communicate with us telepathically. And those that wore this device became worshipped along with us because they could speak to us and understand us. And so we had to leave this culture, and from then on their culture was changed. And they used something similar to represent their kings and leaders.
Yes.
This was unintentional and not perceived ahead of time.
Speaking of telepathic device, our Statue of Liberty has kind of a crown. Is it the same shape you used?
It was not the same shape, but there is a device that looks similar to it that was used on the arm.
On arm. I
Yes.
see.
But since they could not represent or replicate the device on the head, they took the arm device and put it on the head.
I invite more questions from the audience. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
It's Sarah. My name is Sarah. And I wanted to know if you ever heard of the Pleiads.
Yes. Pleiadians we work with.
I was told they were different from the Pleiadians.
The Pleiads are similar but different, yes.
In what manner, please?
They have a different form of culture. Their species is similar in many respects and has very similar origins. However, their belief system and cultures are very different.
Sabrina has another question. I will ask my question first and then Sabrina. Oh, you ready? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, this is Sabrina.
Yes.
Kati yututu no wa yiyu kututu nana yu was kata no no wa yiyu tati. Who's kata tu nana yu kitia?
Yes, Mom.
My question is, I think it's more than one Arcturian working with me.
Yeah, boy, yes.
Tekota. And I would like to know, because they have come and done some healing, like what is going on, like what are they using? Are they working with people's energy or their chakras? I know it's almost the same thing, but if you could explain a little bit about the process.
Yes, I can. They are using energies and chakras. They are using brain synapse, because this is energy applied to brain synapse in certain ways can heal certain things within the body. Also, there are stem cells, as you would call them, applied but then removed after the correction has been made natural. That stem cell is removed so that it is not interfering with the natural motion and creation of the body. Do you understand? I am not being plain.
No, it was perfect. Very good, very good explanation. I understand it.
There are things within the human that we can't help, but we do not use any other stem cells but our own.
I see.
We take the one that is necessary and put it where it is necessary, and when the healing is done, the stem cell is removed and things will be as it was originally intended.
Are your chakras the same as ours? Obviously not.
No, they are not. We have I am not supposed to share that information.
Yes, that's fine. I understand.
Okay.
Sabrina, you can continue, please.
So when after a healing is done, so does that mean it's you no longer need to do it? Is
The
it like
perfection of the healing speaks for itself. If it is not perfect, then it was not accepted.
okay? Okay.
And it will go back to the way it was before. However, there will be a time when it is perfect. And then if it is not accepted, if it is not believed to be healed, it will remain unhealed. It will go back to where it was. This is unfortunate, but your people have a tendency to not believe in their own understanding of health.
Yes. Yeah, we doubt.
It is not easy to doubt. It is actually more difficult to doubt than accept. Because when you accept, there is no other thing to do. During a doubt, many things are happening. Doubting whether it actually happened, whether it will stay, whether it will go. Your thoughts in doubt are way more active than in acceptance. Do you understand?
Yes.
Acceptance just is. Doubt causes many things to happen, and it is much more difficult for you. This is one thing that we do not understand, is how acceptance can be more difficult for you than something more difficult for you.
Oh, yes. Can you answer that question?
I just did.
Oh, I mean, you asked us, no? Oh, it's hard for you to understand.
I just explained it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have male and female, or?
Yes.
Do the males and females speak the same language, or?
Yes.
Have humans and Arcturians fall in love and have produced children?
It is doubtful. And in your far past, it has not happened, no.
Some of us invited infusions of your DNA.
That is possible.
What qualities should we expect from that?
Qualities?
Changes. the infusion of genetic material should bring some new
Some
genetic
of your traits.
traits.
You will have different kind of thought patterns would be the most obvious one. You will think of things with intent first before you do anything. One of the major features. And with this intent comes a variety of emotions such as compassion, love, acceptance. Because the intent will be when you think that you must intend your action, then the array of emotions and intents will come to you. And then you will select the one that is greatest for this occasion.
Thank you. If we invite Arcturian energies in our meditation, can you give us a symbol to invite your consciousness to connect?
I cannot at this time do that. You are in a process which is delicate. Perhaps in a few decades that will be available to you. But right now you need to go from third to fourth. We are closer to fifth. You can feel some fifth dimensional energy, but for us to connect with you and give you fifth dimensional on top of newly accepted fourth would be highly confusing for your bodies and spirits.
Thank you. That is Karen.
Hello, I have a question.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Mary.
Mary.
Do you have any connection with the Fendorian civilization?
We know of them, but we do not connect ourselves with them. They are not bad, a bad civilization, but are curious in some ways. They are interesting. What is your question?
What dimension are they?
One moment. They have sections of their populace that are as high as fourth. They have some third, and even there is a sect of them that have moved on beyond that, but I could not call it fifth dimensional. It is a combination of different things that they gathered from another species. It is a culmination of dimensional thought patterns. I cannot describe it to you. Do you understand this?
Yes, I understand perfectly. Thank you. Yes.
What were you informed? I believe that you had an idea of what dimension they were in.
Like you said, I understand the parts that you said, some of them fourth and some of them going on fifth. I believe I have some parts of it too.
I believe that that is true. But I will speak to you about that because it is more of a personal nature.
I understand that. I respect that. Thank you so much.
May I ask another general question? When we connect to Arcturian energies, how do we recognize it is Arcturian?
Your intent will change. Very basic.
And when you do Reiki, you typically connect several points. Is it something you would recommend us to do, to connect different points?
When you have the right energies and knowledge of how to use the energies of the nerve endings, the fingertips, intent, and you can do things very quickly. The very touch can be very potent. Does this make sense to you?
Yes. Thank you. I understand. It makes perfect sense. Yes.
And so I would touch a nerve ending such as here.
Yes.
But I do not need to touch it for a long period of time to send it a jolt of energy. Do you understand?
Oh. Yes.
And so if I touch here, I have touched many areas and given it a sequential energy boost.
Yes.
Sequence of nerve endings is also important, especially for our people, and we realize for your civilization as well. And so that is why there is a sequence of movements, and they are quickly done so that the body can form that sequence and develop the energy necessary. Energy is given, but different energies are developed.
It's like playing piano.
Piano. I am not familiar with this word.
Musical instrument with keys.
Piano. In the English vernacular. Yes. In some ways, yes. There is energy released when the keys are hit. They strum a string which releases a vibration.
Do you improvise when you do the sequence of pulses, your Reiki?
Yes, and the reason that you do this sequence is to see how it reacts immediately so that another sequence can be made. And if this sequence does not react properly, you go back to it.
Uh-huh.
If there is something wrong with something in that area, the sequence will not appear to be correct. And then another sequence will be made to correct that one.
Yeah, we would love to learn more about that in practical application to human Reiki. That would be great in the future. I invite others who didn't speak to speak it more. Eugene, also, you can speak.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Eugene.
Hello.
I have a question. I have been told that I could view interdimensionally.
Yes?
I just want to know like what the function or purpose of it is, because I could see it, but I don't know what I'm looking at or what it means.
The intention has to be there first before you can know what you are seeing. If you are intending to look to see if there is harm done to someone, for instance, then that intention is in the forefront and you will be able to see if harm was done. If you are not looking for anything in particular, you will not see anything.
Okay.
If you are looking to see something in particular, then you must bring your intent to that dimension. And then your intent within that dimension is either accepted or not. But you are young, it will develop. Do not be surprised if the first thing you see is yourself in another dimension. Trying to intend yourself looking through another dimension.
Okay.
This is the test. It is like whenever you speak into one of these kind of items. You hear your voice, but it's louder coming out, yes? But it is the same voice, the same amplitude in one sense and different in another. Do you understand?
Yes. One more thing. Would that require I have to use a mirror to do that, or just looking?
No, you would close your eyes.
Okay. Because I've been using my eyes.
It would be within a meditation. A mirror will give other information.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome.
I invite others to speak before you start speaking, those who didn't speak, Dan and others, and know-how. But I just wanted to make an obvious statement. I welcome Arcturian speaking directly to us. It is an honor, and it's wonderful that the community of Human Colony has now direct contact with the members of Girk Fitneer. And we invite more of your direct interaction to us. I think that is absolutely wonderful and exceptionally good. I invite others to speak.
Yes, please. This is Noha. Actually, I've resonated a lot with the Arcturians, but yet still my vocal hasn't come from the Arcturian language. Could you help me in that?
It is not my intent to bring that language. There are those that will do that. But I can sense within you the information is already there. It is just within the right time period of activation and thought reaction that it will come to pass and fruition.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yeah, in the right time. It'll come in the right time.
And your time will come.
Right.
But right now there are other things occupying your thought patterns. There is some fear of you even being here, so that is part of the blockage.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it will go.
Great. Actually, I had this transmission through Sabrina, and that day I felt my heart was opened, and I was really happy about it.
Yes.
So this is why.
Yes. When you open your heart, make sure there's an intention for the heart being open, not just laying open for anyone, but there has to be intention. We have discovered intention is so multifaceted and can bring so much greater understanding of each other, and the heart and the being. Intention yourself to be a person of intention.
Thank you very much. We'll appreciate it.
Soon I must go. Is there someone else?
Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Can you speak Chinese? You aliens? It's very few guys can speak Chinese.
There are those that can. I am speaking through an interpreter that is set for something different. And I am not permitted to change that, and there are reasons of intention for that.
Oh, all right.
Our intention is now to speak here, but I see what your intention is, and it is quite fine. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. One moment, please.
Go ahead.
Is there someone else speaking through a wall of silence? Then I will go.
We really appreciate your visit. Thank you very much. Much love. And your visit was very enlightened, and you gave us connection to something we were hungry to get get in touch with. Thank you very much.
Turkka sana kerralla.
Tietää kratatari repetiitana tietää shotto katata.
Korroterkka tätä suurakka terauterkka sana kertaa sana kertaa.
The last part of your paragraph trailed off into nonsense, but the first part was listenable.
I'm learning the language right now.
Yes, that is fine. Continue. You said to me that you wished for me to have a great existence beyond the realm of this earth. I did not quite understand what you meant at first. And then it trailed off. You said, the sky is purple, full of eyes. I don't know. So, the first part was good. Thank you much.
Please thank you in Arcturian Titica.
Please repeat.
How would you say thank you in Arcturian?
Tia!
Tia! And welcome.
Tu!
Tu! And hello?
Ta!
Ta! Ta! Tu!
I must go now.
Yeah. Can I go?
Oh, Ooh, hello.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. You can unmute yourself if you wish.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
I loved it. I loved
That was
it.
beautiful. That was beautiful.
Hello, welcome
Hi,
back.
how are you? Oh, would you hand me my... Yeah, hopefully it's cooler now.
It's funny because I feel the Arcturian energy in me. You know, like it's bubbly. So
Oh, cool. That was a very light feeling being, very light, floaty kind of feeling. Light, floaty, but very strong energy in a light way. You know what I
Nice.
mean?
Yeah.
You feel
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel after they come in.
Yeah.
It's very calming,
I
yeah.
couldn't stay awake. I was like, oh my gosh, something's going on.
That's what happens with the energy. It's funny that you would
That's
say
why I
that.
moved to the side because I was like, I can't touch you.
It happened with Jeannie too. If anyone is sitting on my right, and a being comes in, it calms them into sleep almost. It's like it puts them into a spell. And everybody remember that? Jeannie said the same thing.
I think that she fed her energy and she was drained. When I was drained, I just stepped away and got some sweets. And I
Yeah,
Okay.
I should have got water. I tried not to touch you. I was like moving so I didn't touch you.
It was like,
I was like, oh my gosh.
that's okay, I'm sorry.
No, it was fine.
Yeah,
So-
they listen. They usually, when they leave, they listen to our discussion.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I'm really happy that Arcturians finally spoke and introduced themselves. His name was although very long. Do you remember his like?
Does anybody remember his name? Her name? Whatever name?
I know it. It's center of the sky. Center of sky. That's what I got.
Three.
Center-
Yeah, there were three.
center of-
It was long. Yeah.
Quite long.
I heard the name of Miracle
Oh, Miracle of Birth was the first part.
of birth.
Miracle of Birth,
Center of sky.
Arch of the Sky, Center of the Eye, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. It was
I got center of.
But that's okay. Also, it was a very long thing. But in the recording,
I think it was Miracle of Birth to start,
Yeah,
though.
'cause they explained it first, then spoke it.
That was, yes, the intent was Miracle of Birth.
Have you seen any picture of her, Jim?
What?
Can you see her? Can you visualize her when you're channeling?
I got a very airy picture of, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, though. I really don't know. They do not look human, so I couldn't really tell. But
I thought it was a man. Or the male energy is what I thought. I kept feeling.
I don't know if it was a man or a woman.
Know, yeah.
I don't know. It just had a very interesting name. I think the second part was Arch of the Sky, wasn't it? Arc of the Sky or Arc? Arc of the Sky was the second part?
Center of the Sky.
Huh?
Center of the Sky.
Center of the Eye or Center of the Eye was the last part?
Yeah. I find it interesting that they don't want to describe themselves. And it's like, a lot of people talk about them, but nobody really knows what they look like.
And they won't say, really. But I think they're reserving that for a different time. I have a feeling they're not sure how to describe themselves.
Could it be because I don't know, I may be wrong. At times, they can evolve into some other appearance.
Oh yes, they might be able to have more than one appearance. I didn't even think of that. But yes, that's very possible because they are fifth dimension. Or dimension somewhere up there, so.
Yeah, I don't know. And everybody that describes them has a different idea of what they look like.
And that's true too. You're right. I've heard different descriptions of people that have actually sort of seen them, but they don't describe themselves. It's always somebody else describing them, I think.
Yeah.
So, and in this case, I really couldn't tell you. All I saw was a silhouette. It was sort of airy looking.
But on her energy, her or his energy, I felt that it was a very, very loving energy.
Oh, yeah.
Loving and
too.
really
it was
warm.
Very airy and light, yes. Yeah. It was putting Diana to sleep because it was so very, very calm.
Yeah, it's sort of like the one that came through me was very, very loving.
Mm-hmm.
Loving and exciting to me, and my hands get cold. My right hand gets very cold,
Oh,
That's why I'm surprised that I couldn't just say any words in Arcturian. I'm so excited about them,
You will be able to, I'm sure.
It's coming, Noah. I told you it's coming.
It's coming. I get excited. My hands get cold as if an entity is sitting next to me and then nothing is happening,
Yeah.
Perhaps patience is one of the things you need to learn before it happens.
Say that again?
Maybe a little patience is what you need to learn before
I'm pushing it, I suppose. Yeah, I'm pushing it.
So, yeah.
I want it so much.
I remember one thing that he or she said was that it's easier just to accept. I think that you're pushing it and pulling it and
I want it.
Just let it be.
Yeah, you know what?
The entity that came through Sabrina, her name is Akuhana, and I'm calling her every day, every night. Come here, Akuhana, I need you here. Help me, I'm pushing her so much,
Very good.
Noah, are you familiar with Reiki?
Of course. Yeah.
Are you doing it?
Yes. It's another entity of mine. Reiki is not a alternative medicine. It's another entity,
Yes.
Oh.
Well, through Reiki is how I got to be a channeler. I didn't even know what channeling was until I was Reikiing Max, and he was surrounded by aliens, and they just started working on me to get through to him. It took several weeks, but once it happened, it happened. So
Noah, I'm trying to let's together try to think how to help you to get rid of fear in a positive way.
I have no fear. Listen, I have no fear. I'm very blunt and I'm very open, you know.
Good.
The only thing is the fear here maybe she's talking about is about this being open to the
here.
world.
Exactly.
And you know where I'm coming from is another story, you know. This is the point. Otherwise, I'm not. I'm very blunt.
Okay. Yeah, I'm warm.
Yeah, if your hands become cold, I would just warm them up, like anything. Just warm them up. I mean, you need the balance. Basically, if the hands become cold, means your balance is distorted. Your energy flow is blocked by some reason.
Very good.
Yes.
You know, I think she's just pushing too hard, and she needs to relax into it and just let it be.
It'll happen.
Come to you faster that way.
It'll happen, yes.
I think too much of her excitement actually maybe is blocking her.
Oh yeah,
She
she's
needs to
excited
be
about
more calm.
it. Yes, your excitement is probably, but I think that's a good thing. I like to.
Yeah.
Excitement is
It's
good.
in a good way, but it has to be balanced.
Yes, right, correct.
In Russia, we have a book which is very fundamental. It's kind of basis of our culture. It's called Master and Margaret. And there is a scene there, the event, which might be helping you. So there is a lady who wishes something very strongly, and she asks a powerful being, and she plays a role. She's invited as a queen to play a role of a queen, and she's asking a powerful being to give her something that she asks. And she said by that being that, or by her helpers, that you don't have to ask. You just, as a queen, you're entitled just to order it, to wish it, and it will come. So shifting from the position when you ask to the position where you just make a wish and believe it will come to you. That's I think is the way to.
They say they're going to go on sale soon.
All right, Jim. It's completely inappropriate to speak when I'm on air trying to preach.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Completely inappropriate. When you do that, I don't distract you.
I'm sorry. We were.
You have to go in another room and have your.
Well, we were discussing how warm it is.
Yes, it's inappropriate.
Okay.
I know. I'm trying to raise the vibration, and you kind of bring it at 5 levels down, as I sometimes do.
Sorry. Didn't mean to do that.
All right, now you try to raise the vibration.
Well, go ahead. You were talking. Oh.
I'm trying to help someone.
Okay. I'm sorry if I was interrupting. Sorry about that.
All right. So
Max, where you are now, we can't hear you.
Oh, you muted yourself.
No, we can hear you. But if you go a little bit to your left, we can't hear you.
Okay. Understand. This microphone has automatic setup of levels, so when somebody is talking nearby, I'm muted.
I'm sorry, Max. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
All right. Let me show you one thing here. Or just because that topic is closed, let me show. So I'm sharing the screen, so I'm showing you my screen right now. My screen, start screen share. And I'm going to my Gmail. So when I said to some people, I say, the most of the activities like spontaneous hangouts. Can you see my screen right now? Hello?
Yes.
Yes. So spontaneous hangouts, I say, Jim, you have to go to Hucolo chat, and there you get announcements about hangouts. And Jim says, yes. I don't believe he doesn't know what I'm talking about. So Hucolo chat is that little thingy in the bottom of the hangouts. It's like hangouts plugin here. And I think I can lift it up. So Hucolo 1 is that thing. It's kind of strange thing that Google did, but let me try again. So Hucolo 1, it's a little chat box, and I can say hi there. And you see that right above there is like Gabriel announced in one of the hangouts, and it was yesterday, on Friday, 6:22 p.m. And typically we have 2 per day. People just invite. Some of them kind of are empty, but some of them are exceptionally good and full, and you can even join. So No, so 92 people are members of that. Like 40 people were invited by someone else, and I added all people who subscribe to Hucolo Google Plus page. I added them there, so it's the biggest hangout. But strangely, somehow people who organize, they don't invite the whole crowd. They pick their friends and create the new. So we know Hucolo 2, Hucolo 3, Hucolo 4, and few others. And this happens almost like it does in real life. You have a big crowd, and then people create a party and then invite only the ones they like. So what's the key? How to get invited to such parties? As in normal life, you find someone who is invited and ask them to bring you along. And some people are hubs, centers of activities. And these hubs are obvious. You kind of see they're on every record. They're everywhere. You can see them, and I can name them. Caitlin is one of the hubs. She knows everyone, and everybody likes her. František is also very popular. Roxy, and Dan. And Dan is kind of quiet, but he is also on every hangout. And Ravi.
And Gabriel.
And Gabriel. And Sabrina.
Yes.
So if you want to be invited to those, make friends with them, be nice to them, and maybe
Ravi is always there too.
Yes.
There's quite a few actually that are.
So any member of this Hucolo hangout, Hucolo chat can invite other members. So you just ask to be invited, and you will be invited. So the center for that activity would be our welcome team on the site. I'll click on the site. humancolony.org has a welcome team, and now I think we have teams posted down below. But basically, you go to groups on the top left. Can you see groups? Groups here. I'm now on the Hucolo site, and in the groups there is a welcome team. And talk to the people in the welcome team. That's the place to welcome party. So welcome party is the thing.
Where's that?
Right here, welcome party. So this is our welcome party team. And also there is a contact page right here. And you can contact them through that page. Contact us, the organizers, welcome party team, welcome group. Yes? So that's all the thing I wanted to share. And here we have Sabrina, who is coordinating this group.
And if you want to get contact with us, you go to the person's Google Plus account and add them to your circle and hope that they add you back.
Yeah, if you're new, I recommend you add me on your Google Plus chat, because that's mostly where you can find me. I mean, I try and go everywhere to check, but mostly everybody knows that I'm there. And then if you have any questions, if you want to join the Skype, I can just add you.
What is your address for them?
In Google.
Yes, how do they find you so that they can come to you?
I believe it reads Sabrina Arcturus there.
Okay, very good.
As my,
just to give them an idea of it, yeah.
My email, which is public.
I don't think your email is on contacts yet, but can you say it now?
SabrinaArcturus@gmail.com. Art, not I skipped the C.
Arcturus, okay.
Arcturus. As in art.
Makes sense.
Yeah, very good.
And basically what's usually happen is that two persons call each other, and then they send a link to everyone so others can join in.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right. But if you want it to record, you have to talk with one who is on the Hucolo chat.
Yes. Administrator or manager on Hucolo chat. And these are most of the people. This is broadcasting team. Most of the people we know. It's Dan, Ravi, Gabriel, Sabrina, Caitlin, Brian, they all have authorization, and they are all managers, so they
And
can.
Roxy.
Roxy.
Yeah.
And Roxy. And now I invite people to update us on what is happening, because I'm out of the loop. I haven't been in the chats, and Jim hasn't been much on the chat, so let us know what has. And if anybody wants to come through, we welcome them.
Well, I sent somebody
knocking on the door.
Yeah, so that's why I did this.
All right, now we mute yourself and wait for somebody to come in.
It is warm in here. Whew.
Love it.
Oh yeah, come over. Hello.
Sounds like Lakesh.
Yes.
Welcome.
I'm only here very briefly.
Hello, Lakesh.
Hello, hello. I was told someone I would be here, so I am here, but I cannot stay because someone else is trying. I had to step in front of someone to get here. So,
welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. But I have time for a couple questions. There are some questions that need to be answered, and I forget who. Ah, yes. Sabrina wants to ask a question of me. What is it?
It's about the implant and if it has been moved yet.
Say again?
The implant that I have that they had said that they were going to move it.
Ah, yes, they have moved it, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I have a quick question. How to activate my orb again?
They have not yet. There was a difficulty. Because of the way it was deactivated, there is a special way that it has to be reactivated, and they are working on that now. And it is a little bit delicate. They do not want to harm you, so the reactivation process might take a little bit longer than they thought. It
Hello,
has to
Lakesh?
be. Yes.
Sorry, this is Noha.
Yes.
I need to know what my hybrid is, please, because nobody has told me yet. I know that I'm Pleiadian. What else am I also?
You are what?
I'm Pleiadian.
Yes.
And what else am I?
One moment.
Thank you.
Wait your turn. Interesting. You have some inner earth hybridization. And it is not clear which species of inner Earth it would be it's similar to Elven, but it is not.
Oh.
I will get back to you on that.
Thank you. Could you tell me what's my mission, please?
I cannot
My mission.
understand.
My mission?
The mission? Mission?
Mission.
Yeah.
Mission.
There's a mission.
Ah, I am not allowed to tell you what your mission is. You must find your mission for yourself, because that is not for me to say. There are many different ways for you to find your mission and know yourself in that way, but I cannot tell you because it will change your future. If I were just to say it, then you would go that direction automatically, whereas there might be things you have to learn before you head that direction.
But you can give her a tool to search.
A tool to search is all the things that you are learning are tools. Many of the things that you are learning, and your Reiki is also a tool. So remember, your highest excitement, as Bashar would say, your highest excitement, those things that resonate really well with you, those are the things to bring up and meditate with and understand. They will point you in directions that you know have at times would never think of.
Give a mudra. Can you give a mudra?
A mudra?
Uh-huh.
What is a mudra?
Gesture, which would help.
A hand gesture?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can give her a symbol.
Yes, go ahead.
One moment, and I will give you a symbol. Just a moment. But I must meditate to make sure it's the right symbol. I see a symbol. The symbol is a circle. Picture a circle with a line coming straight down through the middle of it, and also another line coming down and meeting it at the center but not going through.
Okay. Great.
Are they next to each other like that? All right.
It would be like this. A circle with a line coming down through, and then another line meeting right in the center here.
The angle would be like...
Yes, it would be like this.
Uh-huh.
This and that. Do you understand?
Yeah. Okay, one side.
That is the symbol for you.
It's almost like a hippie symbol.
But it is not a hippie symbol. Okay, I must go. I have popped in only to answer a couple questions because that is the way.
Thank you, and well appreciated.
No problem. I like that. No problem.
Thank you, Lakesh. Welcome.
There is someone else.
Thanks for
My son has a question, Lakesh, if you can.
Yes.
Hello.
All right, you will have to wait one moment. Yes.
My name is Eugene. I just have a question about a dream that I had.
Yes.
I had a dream that I was outside my house, and then I saw like a blue triangle, like a electric blue outline, and then it materialized into this thing that I really don't know exactly what it was. Can you tell me about that?
The blue triangle was how a ship would appear to you, but the shape of the ship would be the blue triangle. However, the thing that appeared when it solidified was actually a dimensional device. Okay. So this is what you saw from the ship, something coming that was a dimensional device, and this is because you are aware of dimensions, and they know that you are aware of dimensions, and this is important to your future in some way. That is all I can tell you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Lakesh.
Yes.
It's Elena.
Ah, Elena, hello.
Much love to you. I want to ask a general question about the vibration. Many of us has had a feeling of a low vibration for a week now. Is there something going on? Can you give advice what to do?
There was something. There was weather that was seeded by reptilians, the Anunnaki, had seeded weather in all parts of the earth on Wednesday or before, maybe Tuesday. And during Wednesday and Thursday, many people suffered illnesses, sicknesses, fatigue, headaches.
Depression.
Many of these things were because of the way the weather was seeded. Did you understand that? But yet it was discovered and disempowered. But for a few days there was many illnesses among those with higher vibrations. So it pretty much wiped out fourth-dimensional thought patterns.
Was it evil or is it okay?
It was not good. I'm not sure if I could call it evil, but it certainly was not of good intent.
It was a test. It was a test.
It was a test, yes, but it was not a nice test. But it was not intended for an evil necessary purpose, because evil has a very low connotation. But it was a test. Had any of you felt that during those days?
Yes.
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 Jim was very, very sick on Wednesday.
You lost some of your abilities.
Yes.
But I meditated all day.
Yes. Jim was very sick. So, I know.
What can we do during these times? What should we, like, do some sport or go into nature? What would you advise us?
Yes, do anything you can to keep your mind away from what you are feeling. Do even a video game, which I do not approve of all of them, but even that will take your mind off of it so that you can actually let the body heal better, the spirit get back to where it was. Do you understand? You have to take your mind off of thinking about the feeling and the sickness and the whatever it is, because that only makes it worse. But it is hard to do that, I understand. Jim had a very hard time. But he did try to meditate. He did try many things, and it was very difficult. But it is fine now.
He blamed it all on Indian food.
Yes, he said that it was food poisoning, but it was really not. So.
We were feeling this. We could say that it was an attack. I just wanted to confirm it.
Yes, it was.
Hello, Jim. My name is Sarah. Lakesh. Hello, Lakesh. I wanted to confirm that I was on the colonies last night.
Yes, you were.
Yes.
I wasn't there, but I know the people that were there.
Yes.
And that's who's coming next, so let him talk. I'll let him talk.
Oh, yes.
Yay! So, yes, James is coming. He's just been patient.
Thanks, Lakesh, for letting James through, and thank you for coming. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I just keep telling
Thank
him.
you, Lakesh.
You're welcome. I will see you soon. James is very impatient. Hold on.
Much love. Much love.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, James.
Hello, James.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
Yes. Well, Lakesh jumped ahead of me, and I was a little
annoyed.
annoyed. It is okay. I am only human. Lakesh is blue, and so.
How was the waiting? You just wait in a connection room?
I was basically what you would call knocking on his connection. I was knocking on his connection, and he kept telling me to wait. So, but he wasn't too long. But I wanted to tell some of you about Colony 1. I know a lot of you talked to Douglas recently. So, and Douglas is not in the colony right now. He went back for a while to Earth. So, I am here to tell you that the rate at which people are coming to the colonies has increased within the last few weeks. And there's a lot of people learning languages and a lot of people learning telepathy. They say telepathy. I say telepath. I mean
telepathy.
Telepathy, yes. But anyway, they are learning telepathy from different species. Now, the reason for this is interesting because each species has a way of telepathy that is slightly different. Some start with heart telepathy, some start with mind telepathy, some start with a connection of more than one thing telepathy, like heart, solar plexus, and brain, or heart and sacral, or whatever. There's different reasons why, because of the way they evolved, that they connect to their chakras and how they connect to human beings. So, but this is important because after first contact, of course, you'll be meeting and talking to aliens, and you will have to know how to connect telepathically to them. And some of you will know that now. Like Arcturians, you connect this way, and Reptilians this way, and Pleiadians this way, and Yahyel, whatever. So you're also learning the language so that if that connection isn't strong, at least you'll have the language. But a combination of both is the best, because when you speak to them telepathically, they'll hear the Arcturian that you have or whatever. They'll hear that you know that language. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like they'll know what language you speak, and they'll be able to move right into it and get the interpretation of what your thought intentions are for them. So, any questions about that?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yes.
I met my dad, I think, was that on Colony 1?
Your father is, yes, he's interested. They took him. He had a nightmare the next night because there was something too real about it for him, and he doesn't really want to believe, but yet he does. He does believe. He won't tell you that he does, but he does believe in aliens, and he sees something in you that sort of frightens him, and I'm not sure all the different things. I don't know about what the whole scenario is there, but I do know he was there, yes.
But what I remember being a room with a lot of others, I don't know, and was sitting at a table, some kind of table, and they were started speaking. I just started speaking the language,
Correct.
And then I noticed that my dad was in that room.
The reason for that was that there was a lot of humans in that room, but there was also some aliens in that room. It's an easier way for humans to get accustomed to aliens if there's other humans around. They don't feel so uncomfortable if it's just like one-on-one. Because, I mean, when you run into somebody that is really not someone you know, or it's hard for some people to just strike up a conversation. So what happened is he was put with several other humans, several aliens, and he was in a dream state, so he could get used to that a little easier. But he's been there more than once now, Gabriel. He's been there at least 3 times, and that was by his own volition. He chose to go back in dream state a couple more times, but he hasn't been there since the last time you saw him.
Yes, but why did I not know that he was there? Or
you did know.
Yeah, it was. You
didn't want to speak to him there, though. There was reasons for that, and the reason was that you were not comfortable speaking to him in that atmosphere. So, because you didn't know how he would react to you there.
Yes, and I felt very comfortable when I was.
Yes, you felt very comfortable, but he did it, and you.
But I got a little bit uncomfortable when I know he know that I speak the language, but then I became comfortable.
Yes, but he was uncomfortable, so you didn't want to speak to him because you were aware that he was uncomfortable. So.
James.
Yes.
How is my telepathy going on at E1, and have I visited the others as well?
Yes, you've been there. Yes. Yes. Noha?
Yeah, and the telepathy, how is it going?
And the telepathy is going fine. It's much easier for you to speak it in dream language than it is when you go back. So, dream state, I should say. What did I say? But anyway, when you go back, it's like it's subconscious then, but you still have it.
Hello, Jim.
Yes.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
I think it was 3 days ago. I woke up in the morning and my whole body was vibrating, and I was just saying like crazy. This I was like saying Girk Fitneer, Girk Fitneer, Girk Fitneer, and I felt like something really seriously happened on my sleep, but I don't remember.
Let me check. I would call it. Okay. Okay. What it is. Let me check with Colony 2 because that's where you were. You were not in Colony 1, and they're doing some experimental work in Colony 2, and of course the Colony 3 is the filmmaking and things, the endeavors of that nature. So let me find out what they were doing with you in Colony 2. Can you hold on for a moment?
Yes, thank you so much.
Just a moment. Ooh, okay. You are a very brave person. There was a certain thought pattern that was unlike anybody else's that you have within you, and they were experimenting with that thought pattern, and it did make you vibrate on the Earth side, yes, but on the colony side you were fine, but they were able to realize that and help you out. So, but the reason why you were saying Girk Fitneer is foreign to me. I have no idea why you were saying that. But the vibrating part is they were unaware that it would cause that. So, but they did. There was a certain thought process that seems quite alien to even the aliens within you. So I'm not sure what that is, or if that's an interdimensional thing, or if it's from a spiritual source. But they found it quite fascinating that you have something different, a thought process within you that's different than even most alien thought processes.
So were they experimenting with this thought process?
Yes, you gave them permission to do that, and because it's not really harmful to you, but you didn't know that, but it's not. I mean, they told you it wasn't, but you were still brave to let them do it. But
what is the benefit for me? What is? I mean,
the benefit is for everyone, not for just you, to know where it's from, and the source of it could be very informative, and could be a source of much information that the aliens are not privy to at this time.
Could it be more spiritual?
Yes, that's what they believe that it actually is more spiritual. It's even higher. It's a higher thought process than Arcturian. So that is why they're interested.
You know, I have been feeling more spiritual, actually, since I joined the colony.
Yes, it activated something within you that is sort of unknown at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes you sort of interesting to Colony 2.
Colony 2.
Yes.
Okay, so there is now in chat Ellie asking if she can ask a question, and I suggest others who want to ask a question just type there in chat that you want to ask a question. So we'll invite
wonderful!
You.
That's good.
Ellie, you're welcome.
Okay, hello James. First of all, nice to see you, Elena. You can call the telepathy TP. I think it's easier not to.
Oh, okay, TP telepathy.
It's very easy, and you know nowadays we love to cut things.
I'm affected by all the different things
know.
around me, and the way that I have to connect to Jim is not directly. So you get all these different quirks.
First of all, thank you for everything. I'm sure. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your efforts to help us. I want to ask you about, this is in general, about everyone, when we dream, when we, for example, play something like a role. For example, we are in a camp and we are there together with a lot of people we don't know. We are waiting for food, for example, or we are in some other room doing some other thing, but our mind just breaks it so that it is easy for us to understand what we are doing. Yes. Maybe, and I'm sure most of the people are living this, are going to the colonies this way, like they are looking for similar things, and their mind is changing the subjects into things that are common and known to the people.
Yes.
This is something that I would like to have your opinion on.
I'm not sure how you want me to comment about that, but those people that belong to human colony do have different kind of contact now in their dream state, because of their intents toward the colony and toward the vibration of Earth. They are being affected by alien thought patterns and processes, so that when their dream state comes into fruition at night in their REM sleep, they can't help but be affected by some alien thought patterns, and they are manifested, but not always intentionally. Okay? But for most of the people in human colony, they want it to be intentional. So that brings a new meaning to what is happening in their dream state. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Right.
Yes.
I hope I explained that well enough. But yes, your dream state is being affected, and just take into account that it is all positive energy that you're picking up on, and they would not, if there's any kind of nightmare or something, that's not a positive alien force. And a lot of you are protected. I would say a high percent of you are protected from a negative spiritual entities, dreams, and aliens. So a lot of the things that you've been dreaming lately have been more of an uplifting and positive and learning kind of thing. Is that true with all of you?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, and my second question is about our organizational structure. As you know, we want to make some organization in here. And you mentioned 2 or 3 weeks ago that there are 4 people among us that are thinking very similar. If this is not, if this is okay to say who are those people, so we can have a little bit more clearance, maybe, or get them together to have discussion, or if this is okay, because I remember this and it is a question in my mind.
Well, it wasn't me that said that. It was someone else. I'm not sure, perhaps even an alien that said that. I'm not sure who that was that said that. We are aware that there are 4 people that are very connected. It doesn't necessarily that they would be good as a center of the team because they're too like-minded, perhaps. And you need some variety, and you need some other thoughts to keep things moving in a positive direction. Does that make sense to you? Otherwise, they would have probably brought them together. And but the thing is, they are there in your top 16. So, and they will all 4 likely be voted in.
So these people are communicating already, or they just like-minded but are not communicating to each other?
They are communicating, yes.
Because telepathy could be easily developed between them.
Yes, you already really know who they are. You seem to know who those people are that are pretty like-minded. And there's actually more than 4 that would fit into that group now because they've been talking so much together that their thought patterns and their opinions of things are very similar. So a lot of you are becoming close friends, and your thoughts, when you become friends, you start thinking more similarly. Not that you're going to take on each other's personalities, of course not, but it is proven that, I'm going to use a sort of a harsh example, that when women are together a lot of times in a close relationship for many months, their cycles become similar.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Even men also.
It's funny.
And men's cycles become, well, this is how human colony is working. Your mental patterns are becoming similar.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you.
Questions are wonderful. We have a nice waiting line now. Sarah, it's your turn.
Yes. What I remember from the dream last night, I feel as if I caused some sort of disturbance with the community in the auditorium.
There was.
And I wanted to know, was it because of Naga?
No, it wasn't. There was. There's been several disturbances this week that were unsettling. There were several disturbances this week that were unsettling, and it was just, and the intention outside was to cause disturbance. So, and
so I didn't personally cause the disturbance?
No, you didn't.
Oh.
No, your intention is good, but you know, you were part of it.
I was part of it.
You felt swept up in it, yes. So, yes, you felt the disturbance quite strongly.
Oh, okay.
And so, Sabrina knows of other disturbances that were happening during the week. And she worked diligently to get rid of some of them.
Because I felt like it caused me to see what the other beings looked like, because at first I was seeing everyone as human.
Well, yes, you could probably say that it was an unmasking sort of thing at some moments, yes. So
yeah.
Was that enlightening for you or frightening?
Well, at first I had a less than a second of fear, And then I understood what was going on, and I actually thanked you guys for the little glimpse of knowing that I was actually at the colony. I
Yes,
wanted to make sure everybody got the thank you. But,
no question.
but it was a little different, and I felt like Naga was speaking, and you guys were trying to tell me to be quiet.
Not a problem. Yes, you were definitely at the colony, and yes, you did have, during one of the disturbances, you were brought into full awareness of what everything was happening. You almost became fully physical there, but it didn't quite happen.
Did I?
Is that how you felt?
I didn't know because I started losing the grasp of, I started waking up.
Yes, you were almost fully physical there, which is unusual. But it was caused by the disturbance, and they were able to control that because they didn't really want you to be there fully physically yet. But it almost happened. But yet it wasn't a bad thing for you, so that's good.
Okay.
It was actually a little bit of enlightenment for you in that sense.
Yes.
You can move over a little.
Thank you. If you're done, are you done? Do you have anything else to say, Sarah?
I guess I'm done. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Yes, everything is fine, and you'll retain that memory. It'll actually get sharper.
Oh. Okay.
Okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Sabrina.
Yes.
Hello, it's Eugene, her son. I just have
Eugene.
I just want to know if I have been either to the colonies or interviewed for it yet.
You have been to the colonies. Otherwise, you would not be seeing as much of the dimensions as you are. You have been there to Colony 1, and you've been to Colony 3 as well.
And what is the connection? Because everyone has been telling me stuff about interdimensions about me. Like, what is the connection between me and that?
You will see that in the future. Just let it happen as it's unfolding for you. To give you any leadings toward what the next step would be would probably just hold you back. I don't want that. So the thing is, when things happen more naturally, we get a better sense of how things actually are for humans. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
We don't want to guide you or tell you too much because then it changes the outcome of the of what's really going on in the human brain.
Better to live on your own. And one other question: what impact does being around my mother and all the aliens coming to my home have on me?
It has a positive effect because being aware at a younger age, as you are, will give you a heads up and definitely a head start on the rest of humanity because there's still many parts of Earth cultures and humanity that are not aware or do not accept alien existence, and this will give you definitely an advantage.
Okay, and last question, do you know what languages I hold?
Yes.
All right, and I'm presuming you're not allowed to tell me?
Not yet.
Okay. All right,
but you're being trained in 2 different languages. I can tell you one of them is Arcturian because your mother speaks it as well.
Is the other one Pleiadian?
They're not allowed me. I can't reveal that at this time, but Arcturian is one of them.
Okay, thank you.
So, because it is important, Arcturian is an important language. Not that the other ones aren't. They're all important, every one of them. But Arcturian is a little more difficult in some ways, and to learn it as a young language will be very helpful. It might lead to other things for you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Eugene. Next is Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped one.
Yes.
Oh. Gabriel, can you hold a second? It was Because it was in hieroglyphs, I missed it. The Chinese gentleman with a green avatar. It's your turn. I'm sorry, I can't read your hieroglyphs.
Go ahead. What is your name from China? Yes.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
It's too excited to meet you guys. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Nice to meet you as well. Welcome.
Welcome, James and Max.
Thank you.
My question is, can you teach me how to practice the telepathy?
Telepathy?
Yes. Just like you guys.
You have only been to the colony once so far, but you will be working solely with a telepathic teacher and not an angel, or not an alien at first. They want to open your heart chakra. It is a little partitioned. Do you know what the word partitioned means?
Divided.
Divided?
Partition. Divided.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is slightly divided, and they want to open your chakras up a little more, and then they will start a download of languages if you permit it.
He lead me to accept those energies, let my heart chakra open.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And I believe that you're getting closer to all acceptances in many ways. There was a couple things that kept you from accepting. There was a couple negative things that happened on Human Colony, I think, maybe, that caused you to back off a little bit, but now you're coming open again.
You means I have been the colony?
Yes, one time. Yes.
One time, yes. I and my friends have donated those chants and gather, and I don't remember a piece of dreams.
Okay.
A little bit of upset because Chinese thoughts and consciousness is very limited.
Yes.
Yes.
We realize. So that is why we're trying to help you as much as possible. There's a lot of limitations even for us because your government is aware of us. So they hold you back a little, yes. But you find ways around it. But they still hold some of the things back from you that we send to you can be deflected in some ways. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, I think so.
They want to keep... China is one of the governments, and North Korea and Russia are governments that want to maintain a strong control over their people, and so there's others as well, but they have more means of stopping the information than perhaps other places.
So I have heard the Bashar and the Daviak. They say that the climax of the human awakening will happen in the next few years, just like 2015 and 2016. Is that real? Is that real in China also?
It's universal, or it should be, yes. And there's... Let me explain to you what he was talking about. There are different sections of enlightenment that mankind are reaching. And the first section of enlightenment is when the whole world will be aware of what is happening with human contact and things of that nature. The whole world will be in one place at one time, in the sense that their understanding of what is really real is universal. Does that make sense to you? That's the very first step.
Yes. And What will it be? I think sorry, I forget how explain.
Yes, I'm not quite understanding what you're saying right now.
Oh, thank you very much. I will practice English more and more.
Oh, no problem. It is not a problem. I'm glad I was able to answer your question there, though, because I think it's an important one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys are charming. Let's other people say some questions.
Okay.
I'm over.
Remind me your name, please. If you can.
My name is 𝗪𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗪.
𝗪𝗏𝗧?
You can call me. Yeah.
𝗪𝗏𝗧?
Yes.
𝗪𝗏𝗧? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and your English is great. And please join us again because you have been in the colony. It's you're already entitled to speak a lot. We will learn from you as well, and from your questions.
Yes, thank you very much.
Next would be Gabriel.
Okay. 𝗪𝗏𝗧? Yeah, we'll move from 𝗪𝗏𝗧 to Gabriel.
Can you speak about what I'm doing on the colony? What I understand is I'm in the Arcturian group.
Yes, you are in the Arcturian group. You are also in the Arcturian Telepathy group, TP. That's all I can tell you right now. You're learning, but when you return to Earth, some of it's subconscious. You need to. It seems that your practice is going well. You find it entertaining.
Yes.
After each sentence, you giggle, but that's okay. Entertaining is good.
Yeah. The challenge part for me is I don't understand when I'm finish my speaking and not when I'm speaking Arcturian or other alien languages.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips?
Not at this time. They'll give you the tips in the colony.
Yeah, and how long have I been on the colony?
It's been a few weeks now, at least. Okay. You've been there actually 4 or 5 times.
And I haven't remembered so many of my dreams lately.
Okay, yes, that's not a problem. The orb hasn't been re-established in you yet, so after that, things will be a little different.
Yeah, the only thing I know is when I met my dad.
Ah, yes, and that was an important remembrance. You will find out later why.
Are you done, Gabriel?
Who is next?
Yes. Next is Mikey's microphone is not working, but he typed in his question.
Yes.
Is anybody with good English and good eyes? Can you read the question?
I can read it for him, please.
Sure.
But, someone asked for me. My mic is broken this week. I slept for 17 hours, and I remember being on the colony and ship in real time for about 3 hours.
Yes.
It was very emotional. Thank you very much.
Ah, very good. Thank you for that. Finally, somebody that remembers 3 hours worth. Did you? I have a question for you then, since you were one that remembered things.
Wait a second. It is Mikey.
Yes, Mikey.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mikey, I have a question for you, since you're one of the few that remember. You said it was very emotional. Do you remember any of the technology?
He will type in.
His mic is broken.
Yeah, but he can answer type in, right?
Yeah, nothing came.
Type the answer.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Mike, you there? He doesn't seem to be connected.
No, did he tell you the answer?
Okay, yes, he said yes.
Yes, hold on. He says, yes, hold on.
We want to see what technology those that visit the colony remember, because the technology is an important factor of them being there. Do you understand? Because the technology may not look like technology, but if they are aware of it...
5 rooms, each different uses.
What was he saying?
5 rooms.
Mikey remembers 5 rooms, each with different uses.
Okay. Yes. That's good. That is good. That is true. He has been in at least 5 rooms.
Mikey says, one big Coliseum, 100,000 person arena.
Not all humans, right?
It shouldn't be a colony, right?
Yes. But whenever we give you numbers, we usually tell you just human numbers.
But 100,000 is something huge. The colonies are smaller, I believe.
Yes, the colonies are smaller. He's seeing something else. Yes.
Yes. And he says, LOL.
But he was taking to somewhere else as well. So.
He says, laughing out loud.
Okay. Yes, you were somewhere else where the 100,000 Coliseum of 100,000. That was not in the colony, correct? But you have been to there is several rooms in the colonies, and I just wanted to see what things you remembered from your travels.
Blue crystal technologies.
Ah, yes, that's outstanding. Yes. Blue crystals were those crystals that were on the pyramids and in those areas. They're communication objects. I can tell you that because that information is out there already.
Mental arts practice.
Yes.
Oh, no. Martial.
Yes.
Martial arts practice. I'm sorry.
This is for health because the movements within martial arts affect every part of the body.
Oh. We should practice more of that.
Yes, and it makes you more attuned to how your body works. It makes you more attuned of your mind connecting to the body, and this is important for the future.
And Mikey says, I met a child, mine, question mark.
Let me see if I am not aware of that situation. I will find out for you, Mikey. I do not have that answer.
Later or now?
Well, later. I will answer that later because I would have to go offline and I don't have much time left.
Oh.
So, and reestablishing can be a little difficult if things aren't just right.
Is there anything else? I have some questions. But,
yeah, Slava has a question.
Yes.
Hi, Slava.
He said, I have a question about my hybrid infusion DNA. What DNA? And I have what DNA he has, and what DNA I will have in the future. 10 days ago and yesterday, I felt myself strange and tired, but it's okay.
Yes, that was the attack. It lasted a few days. Mostly Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and a little bit into Friday. But the attack was a test of weather seeding.
It was global.
It was global. It wasn't just local. No, there was all kinds of things in the weather all over the world.
We had floodings in Bulgaria.
Yeah, and we had it was amazing weather all over the world. Even in the sunny places, there were still ill effects.
So the question of Slava is not specifically for James because James is not in the hybridization program. He's in telepathy program. Now we have a question from 777.
June.
Oh, John. John, go ahead.
Hi, this is 𝗪𝗧𝗓𝗓. I'm also Chinese. I feel.
𝗪𝗓𝗓? Is your name 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗓?
Yeah, 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗓. Yeah.
We'll write that down because 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗓, is it 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗓?
Oh, it is spelled like COVEY.
𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗓.
Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah.
We'll try to remember.
I feel I have some connect with hybrid children, or maybe Yahyel, or maybe some other Asasani or player. I want to know if I have any Yahyel children or hybrid children.
I can check that for you. One moment, but I won't have to
Yes,
go
thank you.
offline to do that because there's someone nearby now.
Oh, okay, thank you. And
you have Yahyel. Yes, there's Yahyel offspring. You have a Yahyel offspring. That's what they're telling me. A Yahyel offspring.
Offspring.
Offspring means
child.
Male,
Child.
female.
Oh,
Child.
okay. Child.
Male child.
Male. A girl?
Son.
Yeah.
No, male.
Son. You have a son.
Male. How many? How many do I have?
I do not know. They're telling me of one male child, that the most recent male child.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Gil, and yes, with your hybrid portion, I'm trying. It's hard for me to interpret while they're talking. I probably am getting some of this incorrect.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
It might be a female. Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to interpret what's being told to me and plus stay here, so it's a little difficult. But yes, it is a female. You're correct. You thought it was a female, right?
Yeah, I think it's a girl. Yeah.
Yes, it's a girl.
Yeah, thank you.
You are right. I just interpreted what he was saying. They say male and female very similarly with an inflection difference, so it's hard to understand.
Yeah, thank you. And I also want to know how many Chinese people, all Asian people,
in the colony
participate in the hybrid program or colony.
Right now, not as many as we'd like. They're aware of the colony. There are several hundred. However, that have given permission to do anything, only probably 20 or 30.
Okay.
That's for the colony.
Yes.
He asked about hybridization program.
A hybridization program, only about 15.
You mean the recent one?
Yes.
But in the past, there was like a huge hybridization program, right?
Yes, but he's talking about those that are aware.
Oh.
The awareness. Yes, awareness is growing. Yes, and a lot of Asian people are now becoming more aware, and it seems to be happening very quickly now.
Yeah. Could we meet them face to face on Earth?
After
what time?
After first contact, there will be lots of meetings.
Yeah. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes. Yes, Mary.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm over. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
your turn, Mary.
Oh, thank you.
Mary, go ahead.
Yes. An entity's name has been coming to my awareness past 4 or 5 days, and his name is Gustavo.
Gustavo.
Mm-hmm. And he has a very strong, I want to say male energy or masculine energy.
Gustavo,
and yes, when I was channeling him, maybe about like 2-3 minutes, his energy got so strong that I could not take it anymore. So he you know, he got out, and then he stayed right beside me.
Yes.
And he started talking to me telepathically for a little bit, then he left.
Yes. What would you like to know?
Well, it only happened one time, and he didn't tell me much. I just, you know, want to know a little bit more about him.
He is one of the teachers at the colony.
Which one?
He is a very informed Yahyel. But he is very, yes, you're right, he is very strong. He has a very strong telepathy.
Yeah, he does.
Very overwhelming to Earthlings, and you're one of the few people that can handle it. So that's why he came to you.
So is this like a beginning?
I have to tell you something about yourself. You have several different things about you that are very different. So you can actually mingle with some of the greater energies.
What do you mean by greater energies?
Just that. Energies that are stronger.
Like gods.
Closer to that. Well, not gods, but more godlike than some of the others. But I'll tell you that those that come to you will be very energetic and strong, but that is also building your strength, your resistance to falling apart, so to speak.
Right. Kind of like opening me up to
yes, very much
higher energies.
He is a teacher, but he only teaches few because only a few can handle his telepathic energy, because he can actually reach into your past chakras easily. He can not only attach to your chakras, but reach through them into your past lives, like those who do past life readings, only in a much more powerful way. The ability for Yahyel to do that is good, but he is one of the more exceptional ones.
Mm-hmm. It would be nice to invite Gustavo to speak through Jim if he wants to come through.
What's his name? Oh, yes.
Gustavo. That'd be wonderful. That'd be awesome.
Yes.
I will invite him. We'll see what he has to say.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Mary.
So one of this is, in my meditation, I just realized that when I'm there in dream state or spiritual projection, I'm not as smart as I'm here. I can't use my physical mind, I can't access my memories, I kind of lose words and lose ability to think logically. Is it what you see there when we come to you? Are we not as sharp as we are here?
No, what it is, it's not that you're not as sharp, but you're using impression as your intellect. You're using your eyes and your senses as your intellect. You're not using your preconceived thought. You're using your new perception. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, a little bit. But I was speaking there in the way we do here?
Yes, you speak fine. You can draw on your intellect fine. But what it appears to you as is happening is that everything is out here and not in here. Does that make sense?
It appears to me there when I'm there?
Yes, it appears to you outside of yourself almost. You see it, and this is your perception of your intellect is out here and not in here. And that's why you do not feel that you're being intellectual. But it is being pushed out of you into the atmosphere, sort of.
So when you see us coming in our dream state to the colonies,
yes.
So you see the physical bodies will look like ghosts to you?
hard to say how each person appears in the way they believe that they should appear.
Oh.
So some people look like ghosts. Some people look like chihuahuas. Some people look like Yahyels because they have that hybridization. Some people look like they're pets because they feel like a pet to the aliens.
That was what I wanted to say, that we change our forms
yes.
As our perception.
Yes. You perceive yourself in different ways in the colony. I now can perceive myself as a human being. But at first, I perceived myself as something less, a little less human. So, but now I'm able to.
I thought I was a bird.
See, that's your good.
So until now, I felt about the colonies as very physical, very 3D, but now it looks like it's a spirit world mostly.
For now.
Excuse me, James, I have a question.
Yes.
My question is, have I visited all 3 colonies or just one? And
just
the other
one.
question, just one? And how many times?
I do not know how many times you have been there, but I know that you've been to one colony at least a couple times, or once or twice.
The other question, do the ETs pick us up to go there, or we go by willing? You have
to be willing to go. They come to you usually in your REM sleep. They take you then, and because it's much easier, because you're relaxed and you're you don't have you have a sense of yes and no, and you say yes and you just accept, and when you accept, you go. There's no holding back. If you feel like there's if you feel like there's something you don't want to go, then you won't go.
No, I'm willing to go every night. I don't mind that.
Right. So, but sometimes your subconscious can hold you back if there's a reason why you feel like you should be there. Some people have children, and that holds because did I?
No, that's good.
So children hold people back from going because they feel that they should be always present to hear the sound of the child if they need them. But we let them know that even if they go, we will be monitoring that area and letting them know if the child is,
This is me.
Okay.
Yes.
I have another question though. It's about you. How did you end up being in the colony? You're not through Max's colony. You're being from elsewhere.
No, I was here. I was one of the first. Yes.
But not through Max.
There were a few of us that were in colonies that were not working, and then we left. But when Max's ideas came through with a more solid idea of how to do it, because we couldn't communicate. I could only understand maybe 1 out of every 4 words telepathically in the past colony. But they knew that I had telepathic ability, so they wanted to work on that, but they had no idea how. So the rearrangement of how the colony should work helped them to be able to bring telepathy into a much greater usage. Does that make sense?
Yes, perfect sense.
Yeah.
So, so then what happened was, this is what happened. Those words that I could understand, I would tell them. They got through to me that tell us the words that you understand so that we know which words are getting through and which words are not. Okay? And most words that got through were positive words and not neutral words. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, perfect sense.
Yeah.
So positive wording was getting through more than neutral phrased sentences. So they worked on positive phrasing, and we were able to start connecting better.
I remember just discussing that with me in the beginning. Yes.
I have a request though, Max. One more, Sabrina. I have a request though. Can we have your meditation that you do up there channeled through Jim and here you present it to us? Your own meditation that you do up there.
There's a meditation at the beginning of every session. It's not a long meditation, but it is a very intense one. It's perhaps 5 or 6 minutes long, but it is a focus meditation, and it's an opening meditation for the brain. And it does not I am not sure. I will ask permission to give it because it is not a human meditation. It is actually an Arcturian meditation that has been brought into use by all the species that are giving their work, teaching, and telepathy. And it is an Arcturian guidance meditation. But I cannot do it today, but I will...
Later on, yeah.
I will let them know that you are interested in it.
Yeah, I will do that. Great.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that or not.
Ask someone. No.
Okay.
Hello, Jane. Thank you very much. Well appreciated.
Oh, thank you. Who's next?
Hi, this is Sabrina.
Oh, I have 2 or 3 people at once.
Okay.
Who's next?
Go ahead, Sabrina.
Okay. I had channeled a Lyran general that I believe he's on one of the ships, and I was wondering if you could give me any information about him and whatever he's willing to share.
Was his name Hucolo?
I don't know his name. He didn't give us the name.
Was he reptilian, you said?
No, Lyran.
Ah, Lyran. Oh, that wasn't Hucolo then. That was the captain of ship number 2 from that's around the American continent. And what did he say to you?
He spoke, well, I channeled him, and Jim was translating what he said. He was saying that he's more hopeful about us now.
Oh, yes, okay.
You know?
Yes. Yes, Lyrans were not as hopeful at first, but they have come around in the last several years, getting closer, and especially since the colonies have come about, they're much more hopeful now. So, and what did you need to know?
Just general information about him. It doesn't have to be specific. He didn't give us a name, so I don't know if he's willing to now or not.
I'll find out. I know who you mean, and you're right. He doesn't. They just call him Lyran Captain, but he is. His name is 𝗪𝗪𝗓𝗪. 𝗪𝗪𝗓𝗪. Captain 𝗪𝗪𝗓.
Can you describe us? How do you see the Lyrans? How do they look to you?
They're tall. They're massive, really. They're very big creatures. And they have a lot of hair, but not like a Chewbacca or anything like that. It's very short. It's a short hair, and they're much hairier than humans, all over, I would imagine. And they have very small ears and a cat-like nose. Human sort of eyes, but with a little bit of cat features in there, like you know how the cats have those different kind of eyes. Well, that feature is much less. And also the hair on the face. There's hair. The only place there is no hair is on the forehead, and a little on the cheeks. There's none. But around that, it's all hair all the way down, and to the chest and the throat and. But a little empty area here and the forehead.
Do they wear a dress?
It depends on the individual. They do have their styles. Most wear long, flowing things because it makes them look thinner and not as massive. So they wear a long sort of flowing thing, and it brings the eyes down. So to give a vision of a column. They look like columns when they walk around in these things. But you can tell by their features that they're Lyran. But they're not as frightening that way because you don't see any, unusual features or anything like that.
Do you see a tail?
They do have a small tail. It's not real big. No, they've evolved that the tail is not really a long thing anymore. It's more like 7 or 8 inches. Top.
Do you look from down up? When they come close to you, have to look up, or?
Oh yes, you definitely have to look up.
They don't scale them down to be on your level?
We have very tall. We can stand on very tall. There's several ladder-like or stairway-like apparatuses that you can climb up to be on their facial level and talk to them.
Really?
Yes.
Nobody ever mentioned it before.
Well, they're so tall. I mean, you have to go up just a little just to talk to them. So, I mean, unless they want to stoop over and hurt their back.
Would Yahyel levitate to be on the same level to speak?
Some do, yes.
Huh.
But humans have to walk up.
So that's what you normally do?
Yes, we walk up and we can sit on a chair or some whatever they have there to sit on.
Don't they bend to speak to humans?
They can. They do.
They do.
But if there's going to be a conversation or a training, we have to be more on their level, and sometimes we have to go up and be on the level so that we can understand, and everything is more comfortable, and
Do you ever hug a Lyran?
I have not hugged a Lyran. But I wouldn't mind hugging a Lyran, but it's not something I have done. They're not. I don't think they. I think they're a little afraid to hug humans. They're might crush us or anything. But I don't think. I don't know. Maybe not.
So they move more like cats or move more like humans?
Humans. They move like humans, but yes, they move. That's all I'll say. They move more like humans.
Are they looking anyway like Avatar people in the movie?
There are blues that look like avatars. Yes.
Sabrina,
James?
I interrupted you. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Yeah.
Do you? Okay.
Should I?
Go.
First Sabrina, second Ellie.
Okay. No, about the captain. I was just wondering if his hopefulness, that he said that he's more hopeful now.
He wouldn't be here helping if he wasn't hopeful.
Okay, but is that because of what we are doing now, or I mean, does
Yes.
he? Okay.
Yes, because of the actions the humans are taking more and more every day.
Okay, now can you tell me his age?
I do not know it.
Okay.
I do not know it. I have time for maybe one more question. Ellie?
I wanted to ask you, do you remember all this when you come back to Earth?
Do I remember talking to you?
Yeah, and your memory is so clear from the colonies, like you channel now with us.
It's not as clear, but it's more clear than most people's are now because I've been doing it so long. But I do remember many things, yes. But I do not remember everything. It's more. It's like this. If there was a time in your past that was very memorable, and you flash back on that, those are the moments that I remember too, the memorable times.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
I must go now. They are
Thank you, James.
telling me that it might.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
It was very nice talking to you.
Yeah, and please come more often. It's very helpful that you are a human and very knowledgeable one and speaking to us.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Hello. Hi. Hi.
How was
Hello, Jim.
Hi, Jane.
Welcome back to life.
Yeah,
Hello. Hello, James.
Use
I mean,
this
Jim.
hanger.
Okay. Hi.
Can you
He
remember?
was there. He was there, yeah.
Okay. I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow. I'm
Good,
getting
good.
hungry.
I wish I could support food for you.
Did you find cheese? There's some peeled cheese under there.
So, Jim, I wanted to ask you, when guests left, James just waved like waved like that to the guests. Was it you waving? Like it was very Jim's, very yours.
I was waving. Yeah.
So how is it possible that you and him are kind of doing this?
I was off to the side, but when they started moving and gathering their stuff, I figured it. I told James it would be polite for me to wave, and he said, "Wave away." So.
And second time, when we moved to the right, also was it James moving or you were moving?
That was me.
Interesting.
But you see, James is human, so we can connect a little differently. So he's a human, I'm a human, so I can get my thoughts across to him real easy.
And he was placing in order your short. Was it you or him?
Oh, I don't remember that. No, I don't remember.
Guys, if I can take the time for 10 minutes, I made a short list for everyone that listens, and just to let Jim take his breath for a little time.
I have to be somewhere at 1:30.
Okay. I will be very short. I
will notify them. Go ahead.
Okay, so just wanted to say to everyone that we should not forget that before working with aliens, we have to work on ourselves. We have to be centered, and we have to be secure, to feel that our personality is good built, and we build our personality. So that's some Q-tips that maybe will help some people that are watching, and I will leave my email after that if someone wants to speak with me privately. So when you wake up, you have to say thank you. That's very important, and that is how you start your day. This is the energy that you have. You have to choose your food wisely. You have to read about this. I know everyone knows it, but when you are reminded of it, it gives you energy to do it again. So read about the superfoods, read about the things that will help your body to gain energy without having these empty calories from all the food we know is in packages. Make a list for things that you want to do. Make a goals for the day or for the tomorrow day or for the whole week. Just make some goals on a paper and a list for the things that you want to achieve for the week. Practice for 15 minutes at least yoga or some sport or stretching or some gymnastic. It's very easy to do that. Think about what is very exciting for you. Your highest excitement doesn't mean that you have to do something very big. Maybe it can mean that you want to go and get an ice cream or to walk the dog in the park or to get a nice haircut or something like this. This is excitement. This is something very simple. Or go to the movies, for example. You never know who you will meet there, but you follow your excitement, and that is important. This is funny. Try not to gossip too much. We always forget ourselves and we speak about other people's lives, but it is important to know that what we need in our life is joy. We look for joy, and this is what we want to achieve. So we have to try not to focus on other people's lives. We have to have the empathy, but not to have to give them our energy. when we see a poor guy, we want to help him. Okay, give him some money, but don't feel bad about it. Just have the positive attitude that something good will happen to that person. You can always pray and know that it will make a difference. When you say a prayer for the day, it will help you. Although if you may think that it's not important, it will make a difference. If you're not satisfied, think about the change. So a lot of us are not satisfied with our lives from where we are at some point. So we have to think what we want to change. This is very good meditation to say. And I'm at the end of it. People find that people have to find people that think like them. And I would advise, because we are all around the world, to look about people locally. It will not happen next day, but if we put our mind into it, we will find the people next month, next 2 months. It will happen. We just have to look for what we want to do and to see how other people do it. Meditation is very important. We all know that, and it can be in many forms. We can meditate while we cook a soup, while we go out. We can meditate while we sing a song. So meditation could be in many forms. And after this, we will not be the same. You should know that. And that's why we should focus on the future, not on what happened before and to regret that we made a mistake. Because we love to regret. We shouldn't regret. We should know that after this moment, after this information, we will be other people in the next moment. We have lived through this lesson, through this information, so to say, and we should concentrate on the future. Thank you, guys. I love you. Bye-bye.
Ellie, I think that was one of the best synopsis of a light worker I've ever heard. Please, everybody, you listen to that again, because that was a great synopsis of a lot of information. A lot of information brought to you very clearly and distinctly. Thank you very much.
And plan to do your 10 minutes synopsis.
Thank you, Ellie.
It was wonderful. You do that, and maybe others. If you can prepare your speech, condense a lot of thought in short period, we can do it in intermissions at the end. And now that was also a closing meditation, but I suggest Jim and I just reflect on that for a few minutes, if we may.
Yes, that was beautiful.
Yes.
One of the things which kind of where I felt most touched me was the gossip thing. And gossip can be of very loving kind, right? When you gossip about other people, we can connect to them, actually, and we can send love to them. That's what we do. We gossip with Jim, but I say, and now, as we know this information, how can we heal them and help them? And that's just a light worker transformation of gossip. So there is a light worker gossip. So we learn about this person, and we send them healing. Right? Grounding is, I just realized, that's what many preach, right? Grounding. And it is, in a way, coming back to the mainstream. There is a river. Imagine yourself swimming in a river, or having pedaling a little boat in the river, and you went off stream in some kind of branch of the river. You are alternative. All of us we are alternative. We're in kind of a side stream from a big river. It is a mainstream, and we are alternative side stream. We're kind of in a swamp somewhere or elsewhere in a different dimension. So it is important to come into the mainstream. Grounding is mainstream. Grounding means part of you is together with other beings, with the whole humanity, which is mainstream. You're together with others. You communicate with them. You worry their worries and help them in any way you can. And at the
Very important.
And at the same time, you are elevated and connected to your higher self and your community of light workers. and your community of aliens, and your community of spirits, your community of gods, and the God all that is. So being integrated. How do you be integrated? You kind of spread, you remember the meditation, you inflate yourself to include people around you, the room around you, the city around you, the earth around you. You become the same as earth. That's one of the tools you include in yourself. You are not only you, you're something bigger. The whole humanity is you. Something bigger, the whole universe is you. But also, then you have to include all their darkness. And when you mix the darkness with the light, the flame is fading, right? So how do you keep the flame burning if you include the darkness? You have to build a wall.
It's not necessary. It's not necessary, the flame to be fading.
Yes. How do you keep the flame going if you include the darkness? You build a wall, you separate. So integrate, separate, integrate, separate, integrate, include everything, separate, and have it going within yourself. So building the walls, breaking the walls, building the walls, breaking the walls. That's a process of ascension. Building the walls, breaking the walls, placing intention, including everything. When you meet the problem you can solve, what do? You go bigger than the problem. You include everything and then you separate.
Maybe you recognize that you could be on the dark side as well, and you see that it's possible, and you try not to, you know it, and you try not to do this in a way.
You include it, become it, and make a choice. That's what you said.
Accept as a friend and just let it go.
Accept, yes.
Accept.
You have to accept it and let it go. Correct. And separate it from the things that you want to be resonating with you. So that way, when you resonate with something, the thing that is not resonating with you, you are letting it go. You let it go because it's not resonating, correct?
Yes, and it's a good meditation as well. But you have to be very strong-minded.
Yes.
And say a few closing words and we'll close.
Oh, okay. Mother, Father, God, thank you, and we just, all those that are up there helping us and those that are down here helping us, all that positive energy, we just thank you for that. We thank you for all the goodness, the clarity, the creativity that is all around us, because we're constantly creating, building new things in our minds, hoping that they'll be positively worked out and accepting each other in positive ways. So we thank you for all that is going on within us and without us and around us and through us. And just help us and guide us with our creations, with the new organizations, with the thoughts that are coming to life and to the world and beings around us. Right now I just feel like that I'm a part of something really wonderful, and I hope that everyone feels that as well. So much love to all of you, and let's live in our blessings that we give to each other. Amen.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
I wish everyone good luck on their dreams, follow the excitement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ellie, you might want to consider starting a health site within Human Colony.
It's called the team. I think it's already there. Team. Health and Reiki team. Join that and lead it. We invite the leader there. So
yes.
If you wish
yes,
to...
I would love to leave my email if it's okay. And okay. I made a Skype for communication with people one-on-one if someone wants just to share something with me.
Yes, I think you're very knowledgeable of how to stay healthy.
Yes.
Yes, I try to be grounded for the period, you know, with the baby, and I can concentrate on very human things, which are helpful. So my email is eo@lovingdeep.com, and my Skype is 140111. It's easy, and yeah,
Very
just
good.
for info.
Thank you. And post it on the website as well.
Okay. Okay.
And those who want to train language can train it with me if they want to.
Yes, Gabriel
definitely
offers the service. And how many people have you opened to the language already?
At least 2.
Very good. So Gabriel, with a nice name, Gabriel, helped 2 people to start speaking galactic languages. Just they had it inside. He just helped them to bring it out. Which languages was that? Were there?
Arcturian is the one I'm speaking now.
Okay, so you helped 2 people to start speaking Arcturian.
Yeah, I like to join Gabriel on that.
Perfect. Come in touch with Gabriel directly. Wonderful. And Jaguar, thank you for joining the last second.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Jaguar, I love you. You're a wonderful spirit and creature. I love a wonderful person.
And hey, František, thank you for joining last night.
Oh, František. I've always wanted to talk to you. Hello.
Hello.
I'm so busy.
I was listening live, and it was great right now. Thank you for that, Ella, Max, Jean, everyone.
Thank you.
It's great.
Thank you for being part of us. And, one day I'll chat with you. So that'll be wonderful. So,
Thank you.
All right.
Much love, everybody.
Jim has an appointment. 17 minutes.
Much love to you.
Much love. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
I have to go. I have a statement. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you